Whoops, just a moment. Technical difficulties. Ooh, uh, there we are then. Uh, Forgive me, I've had some technical difficulties uh, with things, and my apologies for starting a bit late. Uh, as stated previously, technical uh, difficulties. Plus I actually had to eat. And today it's an Imperial Stout Strong Dark Ale from Norway. I believe it is. Yes, it is Norwegian. Um, it's it's good. It's good. Sweet, sweetish Imperial Stout from Norway. Um, let's see if I can get things working. There. Ooh, and there's someone in the chat. It's Bowie. Hello. So this is quite an unusual topic for this channel because because Hades Corner has traditionally been an LGBTQ plus themed channel, but as I am interested in other topics as well, one of my favorite things or topics is true crime, true crime podcasts, videos, etc., etc. So that's why I thought, why not try try and have a go with one episode of true crime and see how it goes. It's not it's not this particular story that I have in mind is has nothing to do, basically nothing to do, or presumably has nothing to do with LGBTQ plus. It might, but it might not on the other hand, because it's an unsolved case um, from the 1990s, mid 1990s, and I have uh, deployed some because I have a contact in said country. Um, let's. I'll just keep that. Um, keep this person anonymous. So I have a contact in this country, and I've asked asked them to if it's possible to be in touch with the local authorities, the local law enforcement, because they speak the language. They know how things work there. They know their way around the system. They know how the cops operate, and the law enforcement, how they operate. How to play the system, if you will. So, I mean, why not? If that doesn't work, I might, I might just, I might just go and. Is this, by the way, is this too dark? Let me know if this this video went a bit too dark, or if it's okay, because I'm still struggling with certain technical issues here. And by the way, if the audio is okay, please let me know. Is or is not okay, just let me know. So, because that would be a bummer if that didn't work. That would be a really real bummer. Oh, I'm still trying to figure out certain functionalities in in this streaming app that I'm using. Um, so it got a bit dark. Okay, I'll just uh go and fix it. There, there we go. Uh, there. Because I do realize my hardware may be a bit uh shall we say outdated. Might be a bit outdated. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah. So I'm still struggling to get the appropriate settings for this 1080p streaming. As I was saying, it's always some in true crime cases. It's always good to, if you can, request the help of if there's any way you can, um, ask the help uh, of someone who lives in that. If the event has taken place in some other country than that of your residence, uh, to try and get get um, someone from that country to help you out with regards to the you know getting the information from local sources, i.e., the local law enforcement, uh, perhaps local other local authorities, local media, for example. But I have asked this person to try try their luck, but that is yet to. I haven't heard back from them. Um, since then, it's been a few. I wouldn't have expected the uh, the authorities to get back um, to get for them to get back to this contact of mine. I've I sent the email 4 days ago. So I'll if if I don't hear anything, I just might as well um, call and call the that particular police department myself, even though I I would have to trust on them speaking English, which I would assume they do, given the quality of the presumed good quality of education. So what kind of I have two live viewers here as of right now. Um, if I um, uh, after the pilot episode of true crime, but of a true crime episode, uh, if whether or not regardless of how it's received, or you know or rather how well it performs, or if I get if anyone watches it, would any of my either of my live viewers, or perhaps people watching in as a playback as playback, or afterwards, could you please let me know in the comment section or the live chat, would you like to see more than one, regardless of whether anyone likes that first pilot episode? And of course, all help is. I'll be grateful for any help I receive in future episodes. Um, I mean, obviously, you can uh, get in touch with me uh, via direct private messages on Discord or by email. Uh, the email address for the channel is hidescorner@gmail.com. You can find the email address in the description box down below. By the way, leave me a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so and click the notification bell for all turn on all notifications so you can get the notification for future content. Also, check my beer channel. This won't be going into the beer channel, but there are plenty of there are several videos in the beer channel, and there's more to come. There's one beer video coming next week Wednesday, 7 p.m. UK time. So, what I'm interested in, would you like to see another true crime, or if so, and if so, what type? Would it be like disappearances? Would it be like murders? Other unsolved cases? What would it be like? I because I think I because the Finnish, there aren't a lot of Finnish murder unsolved murders, because most of the unsolved cases, I would dare to claim that most unsolved crimes have to do with disappearances, because there are presumed, because people disappear for some reason quite a bit, but um, they often they are presumed alive, presumed missing but alive for a very, very long time, because I don't know why the Finnish authorities don't want to rush in say they want to rush into conclusions, um, because for example, if a young person disappears, say a 16, 17-year old girl, whether it be male or female, if they go missing, they're considered missing. And the Finnish police quite often, if it's a teenager, say 15, 16, 17, they are pursued for a bit too long, in my opinion. They are presumed to have gone missing on their own accord. That a minor 15, 16, 17-year old would have just, if they, for example, there's a disappearance case in my hometown where a girl, I think she was 16 or 17, she went missing, uh, even though there was a EU EU summit and the town was full of cops, and she went missing from downtown, like within a kilometer of the meeting place. She went missing, like no trace, no no clues, no. Well, there weren't as much surveillance cameras back then. It was the 90s, so late 90s. So yeah, she went missing. They didn't investigate the case, her disappearance, for like a week or two, because she was out drinking. She had borrowed uh, her friend's ID and got into bars with it. Um, so the police didn't investigate it for a fucking week until they said, "Oops, we're a bit late on this." And there's another one from 1988, I think, um, where a Jehovah's Witness girl went missing. She left it. She had an argument with her younger brother. She was just about to turn 50. Sorry, she was about to turn 16. Uh, and she had an argument with her brother, her little brother. She was the eldest of three. She was about to be turned 16. His brother, older brother, was a year younger. They had an argument. She left. She left home. She put her shoes on, took her purse, and just left. and no one has seen her since she shut the door behind her. And she was lightly dressed because it was late autumn and it was rainy, it was cold, it was rainy, it was dark. No one saw her after she closed the door behind her, and the cops wouldn't investigate it for a good while because they told her dad, she can't, she went, she, you know, she's a teenager, she'll come home, uh, she'll come home eventually. Until it took like 2 weeks for them to start looking for her, and no trace of her has ever been seen, has ever surfaced. Though there are a lot of alleged sightings, and one of the weird Bowie wants to see disappearances. Okay, well there are a lot of alleged sightings of of the girl because there was a disco a, a disco evening for the youth, like as in teenagers, like 15 to 17 year olds, 15 to 18 year olds, at a nearby youth house, and there were huge fights, and again there were a lot of cops, even though it was a small town. There were a lot of cops because there were fights because people from a near from the next town over came there. They just just looking for fights, and um, then they receive the cops, the Central Criminal Police, or the Finnish equivalent for FBI when they came in, and the cops deny the validity of all these alleged sightings. They just say, "Oh, bullshit! No, no, not true." But there are her her younger brother, her brother who with whom she had an argument, um, has said that there were several probable sightings of his sister that evening, but no one really knows where she went. And there were people, a true crime podcast interviewed her brother, with whom she had the argument with whom she had the argument. Her dad, who's an old man now, paranoid, paranoid old man. Uh, I feel sorry for him. Uh, and and then the podcast person interviewed a person who said he saw the girl that night, and that he was sure he's saw the girl that evening because he knew her from somewhere. Yeah, and it's a sad story. Sad, really, really. And they had a tip letter from the Finnish equivalent for FBI got a tip off in form of a letter, and they like I think it was 12 or 13 years after the events, and it even had a description of a car and a license plate, but and that it was followed, but it was well, the police says it was determined that there was no that the and that the car has been uh, searched a couple of times, and no, but the police say that there is no this the person that owned the car at the time of the disappearance and the car itself have no connection to the disappeared person. I doubt it. But my experience is that the Finnish police force is a lot more. It's a lot stiffer than many other law enforcement agencies tend to be. Or they are a lot more stiffer in the sense that they are slow to react. They are, especially in disappearance cases. There are many examples in Finnish, crime, the Finnish history where the cops, when they get the reports of a missing person, even if they are, you know, of a vulnerable group, if it's, for example, a teenager who has a troubled background, um, goes missing, it or even a normal teenager, an average teenager, they're really sluggish because they assume because they say, oh, they're just staying at a friend's place, right? And it really sucks, And my experience is that my experience is that there is uh, that the police forces of other countries are most more likely to be a bit more lenient towards there are uh, amber alerts in the states, and they tend to, at least the U.S. police, and what I what I've seen, on telly and all that, of the UK police, they tend to react quite quickly, in at least when there's when there's a case um of a vulnerable person missing, having gone missing. So yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Let me just turn on the light a bit. There we go. It may be a bit too light now, but I don't really care because I'm struggling to get the proper uh, settings for my camera to be a bit sharper, the bit crispier. Because on the Streamlabs desktop, the preview, it's crisp clear, but when I want check the um, watch page, it's just mush. It's just sees mush. It's a really uh, disappointing to see that no matter what I how no matter how much I try to get a clear image from my cameras, it looks mush, just mush. That's even a more. That's even more mush here. It's just, you know. No, that should be better. I know it's a bit dark, possibly a bit dark, but I don't really. Yeah, it's a bit dark, but it's better, I think. Yeah. But the case that I am thinking of doing the episode on, uh, that is actually really a um, a frustrating case, because it involves a lot of um, sloppy, really sloppy police work, and a lot of probably a lot of red tape, and it involved conspiracies. And it was when I've read about this case a few times, and I've listened to a few podcasts. The it always baffles me that how sloppy the police work has been. I mean, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, how it can be so sloppy. Uh, because it seems to me as if wait, it seems to be as if it, because the police work was so sloppy and so many things were overlooked, that it makes me wonder if the sloppy police work was sloppy on purpose. Okay, if it was sloppy on purpose, because the, there because this involves suspicions, uh, suspected espionage, spying. So it's been speculated if the if the local criminal police, or the local police, uh, hardly investigates it, because they weren't supposed because they weren't supposed to uh, investigate, uh, because it was there was something that had to be hidden, things that were not supposed to come into public eye, you know. So there are a lot of conspiracies. Bowie says some cops just like being lazy. No, this is the entire police department kind of sloppiness. This is like the police department level, um, type of sloppiness, because crucial evidence, wasn't looked into. Uh, or over important, clearly important evidence was overlooked, uh, and evidence, all the evidence was destroyed by the police. Uh, all the evidence was destroyed except for a watch, a ring, and the gun. The ring and the watch were sold at auction, and the gun is used for teaching purposes, because the as an example of how the serial number is removed professionally. Yeah, and the gun was ordered to be uh, destroyed too. The gun was in, it came from higher up. Um, Jens got distracted. We'll download and watch later. Very well. Anyway, the gun was ordered to be destroyed, but it wasn't. But some lower level cops decided to preserve it. Yeah, they ordered the murder weapon to be destroyed, and the watch and the ring to be sold at auction. So there was basically there's no the only evidence left in the possession of the police is the gun. Everything else was destroyed. Uh, the body was exhumed 20 years later for DNA profile. Um, and yes, all the collected evidence was destroyed except the gun, a ring, and a watch. Ring and watch were sold at auction. The gun is used for um, the gun is used for teaching purposes, and the crime scene was only partially investigated. It's clear that things were not investigated. Some things weren't investigated. So everything they had left of the case is the the victim's body in an unmarked grave, and the gun, and the victim's DNA profile. And it has, as far as I can tell, the DNA hasn't been uh been compared to any of these international DNA heritage databases. Actually, they have the profile, but they haven't, as far as I can tell, they haven't done anything about it. So this is why I'm trying to request some, at least the retracted documents from the police. But it's not corrupt. I don't think it's not corrupt. In this case, it's not corruption. It's someone high up has told them not to investigate. Inve- Investigate, ju- you know, to do just a show investigation. Investigate, but don't investigate. Basically, I mean, I don't think anyone has paid the cops to do a sloppy work, because it would have been. Oi, what the fuck is going on? Okay, what the hell? Whoops, what the fuck is going on? Oh, okay. Uh, whoa, whoa. What the what in the fudge monkey? What? Okay, just sorry. Whoa. Okay, that was just some weird shit my computer doing. But yeah, I won't be going too much deeper into this case, because I want to leave it for the actual, most of the most of it for the actual um, episode. If I'm to do about this case, so that's it. So if the request from the public so far is that if I were to do more true crime episodes than just this pilot episode, it would be disappearances. Yeah. Oi, what the what in the fudge monkey? Oh, uh, oops. Actually, didn't even notice that I had the wrong camera there the whole time. But there we go. Because I had the one camera doubled. Yeah, it looks like one camera acting up. Yeah, because I have two cameras. Um, yeah, I don't know honestly. Oh, there we go. There, there. This is. Oh, there we go. Now, I will be waiting for to hear back from my contacts, and I will probably by the end of next week, or sometime next week, if I don't hear back anything, I'll just probably call the police department in question myself, if they'll give anything to a foreigner who doesn't, even even speak their language, to try try my luck, see how it goes. I hope it goes well, but as mentioned, it could be it could be a really really it could really be a pain in the asshole, but I'll try my luck. Okay, so this is what I was hoping to say. Do you have any questions about? We I have Bowie and Jens in the chat. Do you have any further questions regarding this topic, or questions, suggestions, commentary, or something completely different? Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this. Um, to this one, to this particular um, um, uh, true crime episode. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes because um, I've never ever done anything even uh, remotely similar to that. But we'll see. But uh, Jens says I have to watch the video from the beginning to get the full picture. Okay. Bowie, have you heard of Sea Oars? No, not until now. I'll just Sea Oars. Sea Oars. What? Sea Oars. As in the plant? Sea oats. What what the bloody hell is sea oats? Doesn't have any. The only thing I can find is sea oats and then oars. As in the paddle like thing. No, I've never heard of those. I mean, I have heard the oars, the paddle paddle like thing. Oarfish are large, greatly elongated pelagic lampriform fish belonging to small family regal Regalidicai, regal Regalidicidae, found in areas spanning from temperate ocean zones to tropical ones, yet rarely seen. Or fish. Oh, oh dear. Aren't those some fucking ugly things? Yikes! Those are just fucking ugly, disgusting beings. Ugh. Anyway, I'll be going now. I'll see you next time. Bye.